You might recall that yesterday the U.S. president was musing about sending ground troops into Iran. Well, today Donald Trump said that he would likely stop the fighting within 2 to 3 weeks. We heard from him just over an hour ago. CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick joins us now from Washington with more on what he had to say. Megan, Trump indicated that this war could be coming to an end soon. What more did he have to say about that timeline?
Yeah, it was a bit of an updated timeline from the president. His administration has consistently been saying they thought it would take 4 to 6 weeks to accomplish their goals in Iran. And he said today, and we're in week 5, by the way, he said today he thinks they'll be there for another 2 to 3 weeks. And he said they have accomplished their main goal of this war, which was to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon. And he claimed today something he has said before, which is that he says Iran was close to possessing a nuclear weapon, and had the U.S. and Israel not acted when they did, he said Iran would have used it by now. He also said regime change in Iran was not one of his original goals, but that is, in fact, what has taken place. And he said what he wrote on social media yesterday, which is that this new regime that is currently leading Iran is more reasonable and rational than the last one. And he insisted the two sides are negotiating, but he also said it doesn't really matter if Iran does agree to the U.S.'s demands, which they have put forward in what they're calling a 15-point plan. He says it will take Iran years to rebuild what the U.S. has destroyed. Here's more from the president.
They had one goal. They will have no nuclear weapon. And that goal has been attained. They will not have nuclear weapons, but we're finishing the job. And I think within maybe 2 weeks, maybe a couple of days longer to do the job. But we want to knock out every single thing they have. Now, it's possible that we'll make a deal before that.
He said Iran is, quote, begging to make a deal with the U.S. and that they want to make a deal more than he wants to make a deal. But there is no deal, Sarah, yet. So it's not quite clear what is getting in the way of reaching that deal, other than what we have heard from Iran. They have dismissed the plan from the U.S. and the demands, saying that they're unreasonable. And Iran has denied that there's even substantial negotiations going on at all. The U.S., though, says that what they are hearing privately from Iran is different than what Iran is saying publicly, and their posturing. But yeah, some interesting details from the president in terms of that updated timeline. The president saying they've accomplished their key goal and they're just finishing the job now, which is continuing to wipe out, he says, Iran's military and their navy and their capabilities for launching missiles.
The U.S. president had lots to say today. In fact, earlier he was talking, he lashed out yet again at U.S. allies.
He did, yes. Not exactly new complaints in terms of the substance of what he was saying, but new in terms of them being fresh today. He was busy writing on social media, taking aim at France, for starters, earlier this morning, saying they've been, quote, very unhelpful, and that the U.S. will remember how unhelpful they have been. And then in a separate post, he took aim at other countries, but he did single out the U.K. He was referencing countries that mostly rely on oil shipments coming from the Strait of Hormuz. Here's what else the president wrote in that post. He said, I have a suggestion for you. Number 1, buy from the U.S. We have plenty. And number 2, build up some delayed courage, go to the strait and just take it. He's referring to oil. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. Now, again, like I mentioned, this isn't the first time he's complained about key U.S. allies and NATO allies. He's likely writing this today, Sarah, because there have been reports in recent days about Spain, Italy and France all resisting requests for support from the United States. But him telling them to go get their own oil is in line with what we've been hearing from other members of his administration, along the lines of the U.S. doesn't want to play a key role in getting shipments moving again through the Strait of Hormuz, because the U.S. says they don't rely on it as much as other countries, so it should be up to those countries, not the U.S., to potentially escort ships or otherwise make it safe for ships to start moving through there again. But that was quite the post from the president today, expressing his displeasure with those European allies.
Megan, just while we're on this, I just want to note that Donald Trump, it's just hitting the wires right now, that he's going to address the U.S. at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. That's coming from the White House, and they're saying that it's an important update on the war. So I guess you'll be working late potentially tomorrow night.
Sounds like it.
CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick in Washington. Thank you.
Welcome.